All right, we are recording. Uh, Hello, and welcome to American Dreamland. I'm Max Chavez.
I'm Misty Stone.
And I'm Christopher Locken.
Um, yeah, bonus episode time about just the general depravity of the internet. Missy is currently sharing her screen, and I am seeing just an amazing combination of the two things we love talking about most on this show. Bigfoot and generative intelligence.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be like an unofficial AI part 2, I feel.
And
Yeah,
also Stan Johnson of like, look at how they've massacred my boy.
How dare they? Well, I mean, I feel like this side of like the Sasquatch Bigfoot lore has always existed. Honestly, it's probably been like the majority of like the Sasquatch lore or whatever.
I
I don't
feel
know.
I feel
The
like
whole like Sasquatch is just scary beast.
I I mean I feel that a majority of Squatch believers are definitely on the right side of the political spectrum.
yeah,
But it's also like two separate things. Like, I voted for Pat Buchanan and also Bigfoot is real. Like, there was not a connection of like, I gotta make a Buchananites Bigfoot or
Yeah,
Sasquatches for Alan Keyes or whatever.
yeah.
yeah. But somehow this trend has started of AI Bigfoot vlogs. So it's Bigfoot, an AI Bigfoot vlogging. The innocent ones it's mostly like Bigfoot's adventures, very much like an action or a sports vlogger. Like he's hiking, he's hanging out with eagles, and those are the innocent ones to like really offensive, conservative, racist humor, or just completely offensive racial stereotypes.
Which is also like, and this
So
is
is it actual people's voices or is it just the video that's generated?
No, it's all AI. Even
Oh,
the
okay.
voices to me sound AI. We can review the voices as
Yeah.
I
we.
don't. I don't know. Like, I believe you.
so Misty has curated this episode, and Chris was aware of this phenomenon.
Actually, like, I was just watching just random shit on YouTube, and I got recommended. I think his name's like Wubby. He's like some
Yeah.
streamer, and he was like talking about it. I'm just like, well, we have to cover this.
Okay, I feel that this is like a little bit of a side note, but I think we've mentioned before that Chris and I are roommates. And Chris likes to. I always have a lot of trouble finding things on YouTube on our TV because I do not have a great algorithm of things that we both like watching because of my obsession with like D&D
Survivor.
and Survivor. Yeah. But I will say this is yes, I will like Chris gets occasionally a couple more interesting documentaries or video essays. But I'm still able to appreciate those, and they'll get to my feed just a little later. All I'm saying is the weird, expanding fringe things we get on my YouTube is just like petty reality show bullshit. Like, did you hear someone on Big Brother got nominated because they took a shower for too long? Whereas, like, yours is just like, oh, let's see what this YouTube short is. It is a horrific, just alt-right thing that snuck into my algorithm because I watched
And,
one thing
like,
on medieval society.
When I scroll through my YouTube on my phone, like I keep getting this Ayn Rand ad.
How, because we very much non-probable like and I'm not throwing Chris under the bus. I'm exactly the same way. Because we unironically love like Roman history and the Roman Empire and just like watching
no.
a lot of
if you ever
documentaries.
Wanna, like the
Oh
the
no.
main book on Roman history that I've read is by Mary Beard. It was really good.
Yeah. Yeah, I
So,
want to make it clear,
so-
we do not approve of the Roman Empire.
It's just
We're just
I feel like
we're just history
we are in
nerds.
a dying empire, so
Yeah.
I want to study a dying empire.
So your guys' Roman Empire is the Roman Empire.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fair enough. It makes sense.
Yeah. This is video essayist. Start making more weird YouTube documentaries about, like, surprising moments in Australian politics. So I will start watching that, and then we can, like, balance out our feed so it's not just like, oh, we watched this one history of Rome. Why are there, like, 900 Sargon of Akkad videos that we've, like, just infiltrating this algorithm?
I must say, I don't have too much of a problem of conservative media sneaking into my algorithm.
I guess the question is, how much, like, YouTube, like, politics and stuff do you watch? Because I think that...
A lot.
Okay.
A lot. I still have a lot, and I watch a lot of history, because I was a big history buff, too, and I watch some Roman history. And I listen to some, like, religion stuff. I don't know what it is, though. I've been pretty... My YouTube's been pretty good.
All right.
Sometimes. I guess there is this one guy who keeps popping up on my YouTube recommended. And he's, like, I don't even remember his name, and he's, like, a conservative head who gets, like, millions of views. And I can't get rid of him. I've tried.
Yeah. Let me ask, and, this is not accusatory, but, like, how much just weird queer stuff and, like, monster fanfic is in there? Because that's on neither of our algorithms. So, like, we don't have that code of, like, we don't have that code of, like, no, this is actually just a history nerd, and then the, like, anthem to conservative media. We're just, like, for all the algorithm, as, like, two white guys who watch a lot of politics and Roman history. So, like, it's just, like, we're paid to promote this shit, so it's on your algorithm now.
I have a lot of queer stuff on my algorithm, and my YouTube account is old. It's from 2007. And
I feel like I have some gay shit on mine.
Yeah, I have a lot of gay shit on mine, and an embarrassing thing is because it's from 2007 when I was 12, I have a lot of old saved videos, and my partner.
Oh, I went through all my saved videos and covered.
Yeah, I forgot to do that, and sometimes when we use my old YouTube account to watch when we're hanging out at night, and we went back, and one of my old saved videos from when I was a kid was, how do you know if you find women attractive? And I was like, I should have known then.
You needed a YouTube video to figure that out?
I grew up in Midwestern Ohio.
Well, I feel like where I grew up is very similar, and I was just like, I just remember being like 12 years old and just suddenly like find myself staring at women.
Well, I would stare at women and think they're attractive, and I would make out with my friends, my girlfriends, and I was like, but I'm also attracted to men, and there was like a lot of biphobia still, and then just homophobia in general. I was a really strong ally, though. I was like,
man, I wish.
I was like, I was like, women can make out platonically.
Okay, I feel I need cool to. Like I feel
I needed to find cool friends like yours.
Yeah, I'm gonna explain myself because I know that this can be taken as like biphobic or whatever, but it's like because I do not want to downplay the existence of biphobia or whatever. But I really love your excuse of like, oh, I was attracted to men and women, so because of the biphobia, I didn't want to explore this. And it's like, you were making out with women, like.
And in high school, I only ever made out with women.
Yeah, like.
But we were all just friends after. We're just besties.
I felt like if I had more, I did have, like, when I first Well, one of my first closest friends that was a girl was in junior high, and I definitely had a huge crush on her. Um, I don't know if I could have tried to do that with her. Like I remember like the first time we hung out, I slept over her place, and she was into like talking with like probably like old pervs on AOL.
Ooh,
Instant Messenger.
yes.
Yes, I had a friend like that too.
And I was just like, I had never heard of that before, and I'm like, why would you want to talk to a weird stranger you have no idea who it is?
I can answer that. To Catch a Predator was really popular at the time, and I'm sure
But
if
we
you
were like 12.
here's
12 years old.
here's the thing. I know I will say Chris and I have been incredibly good friends for like multiple years at this point. I have never heard this story or any kind of hint of it, and I'm just gonna drop something about a guess I'm gonna make is Chris, if you were just to like look this woman up on Facebook or whatever, I guarantee you she is definitely married, has 3 kids, has
probably, yeah.
multiple like live, laugh, love, and I'm not.
No, she was really smart, and she was her family was like libertarian. She was a libertarian. I don't know if she still is.
Okay, so
But you want to know like how we became friends?
how.
So she was in band, and I was too. And I think I might have been subconsciously just, like staring at her too much, and she accused me of stalking her.
Oh,
This is
And then
like
we became friends.
okay. I do not think like I feel there might be some socio-economic things like in it, but I also feel like you two, because you also had like, not that the normal person doesn't, but y'all had so much going on in like middle school. You were just like, I have this thing I need to work through. I don't think you truly understand how deranged and just mind destroying being a white middle class kid in the suburbs is. Because like you were describing these people as like rare freaks who somehow got into your life. That is just most of the people I went to high school with. Like, not even my friends or things I, like, did things with, just, like, yeah, no, so I'm dating a 21-year-old, and it's like, we're in 9th grade. Why is this happening?
yeah. My friend was begging men. He was gay, but he was struggling with his sexuality because his family was really conservative, and he was begging men online to kidnap him.
What?
It was so bad. He was begging these adult men to kidnap him. He never got kidnapped, thankfully.
Yeah.
But he would like tell me and our other friend this, and we were like, "You need to stop. It's really dangerous." And he was like, "I hate it here. I need to get kidnapped."
Like, this is...
Okay, anyway, let's get back to
Yeah.
let's get back to our episode.
This is a whole other bonus episode.
Yeah. I feel once we start more regularly figuring out our bonus thing schedule, we should just do a To Catch a Predator and just like what, like we as a society, like
all the trauma.
Like legitimately, we should probably take the Charlie Brooker route where he was just like in like 2009 going like, why are we destroying these men's lives just for weird entertainment value? And everyone was kind of like, oh, what an edgelord, because like he's defending pedophilia, and he's like, no, he's actually making a good point that like this should just be something law enforcement does away from cameras. We should not make a spectacle out of hunting pedophiles.
Yeah. We could have a whole conversation about that one. But back to Bigfoot.
Yeah, as
who's
always.
Not a pedophile.
I don't know. I haven't seen these videos, so let's see.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay, so let's start. We'll start with the tame, just vlog. So, Max, pick a number 1 through 3.
2. Oh God, he's got a selfie stick and he's smoking. Is that a joint or a cig?
I don't know. I think a joint.
Is your audio on? Because we can't hear.
Oh, you can't hear it?
No.
Hmm.
Did you, when you...
Share audio?
Oh, am I bad at sharing?
I think you forgot to click the audio thing on
sound.
share, yeah.
There it
Okay,
is.
there we
Sorry,
go.
y'all. Optimize. Sure, let's optimize too while we're here.
I feel like this, like, makes it slightly more horrifying because I've seen the picture of just with no audio, and it's like, what could the soundtrack possibly be?
Okay, well, we're ready. Let's get started.
Guys, I've been thinking, every time I try to join society and kind of, get out of my comfort zone, y'all call it a sighting and run.
Holy smokes. She's big, not too big for me, though. Is this a wood? I mean, damn, it's the size of my finger. Ow, hell no. It tastes skunky. All right, guys, day one of the coastal boat build. I know it's looking a little like I microdosed and saw the blueprints in the sky, but trust me, this thing's gonna float, probably. How many of my viewers are from Florida? Woo, woo! I'm on the way. Save some baggie for me. Let's get lit. Got some bad weather coming in, boys. Might be cooked. Damn! We're all good boys. I got enough beer in me to rinse some mermaids if need me. Y-E-Ha! Boys, that was life or death in the last clip. I was pretty zapped. We're almost there, guys. Let's go.
All right, several comments.
How do we feel? Okay.
First of all, I'll speak to the AI nature of this. Of like, so I figured out later it's supposed to be the same dude. And the reason it took me a while is because, like, at one point the AI is not even trying; it's just straight up a gorilla. Like,
Yeah.
not even a Bigfoot using the hands as feet. It is straight up a silver black gorilla drinking a beer.
Yeah.
So get your modeling right. And then he always has his hand on the selfie stick.
Yep.
Which is the tacit AI admission we can't do hands. Because, I'm sorry, a vlogger who's, like, trying to swim to Florida or whatever the fuck he was doing, like, he has multiple camera setups for his weird jaunts on the ocean or whatever.
I like when he's talking about smoking a joint and then he just eats it.
Yeah.
Whilst simultaneously smoking it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like an innocent one.
Yeah.
That's like the least offensive it gets. So next, do you see any of these offensive ones? Do any of them pique your interest?
I feel. So I thought I had one, but then there's another one. So I'm just going to describe how I see them, and I think you are both going to know exactly which videos I'm talking about. I originally really wanted to do guy who clearly makes yelling truck videos one, but I am also very fascinated by mail order bride one.
Which one?
Since
Okay, so, and this is a ranking all of Bigfoot's best moments. All of AI Bigfoot's best moments. So,
okay.
it's multiple. So here we go.
I have.
Do you want to taste this dark chocolate?
Oh.
You're so dumb, but Loki, maybe.
Whew, shoddy almost made me go extinct.
Nah, you were fighting for your life in there, don't lie.
Chat, my shit burns. It fucking burns. It's been burning for 3 days, bro. 3 days. She said she was clean, but this feels like my shit is lava.
Yeah, it's positive. No fucking way.
Fuck that. She told me she was a chick. Shit was bigger than mine. I'm out of here.
I ain't never ran so damn fast in my life. The thing was veinier than a bodybuilder with a pump. I'm talking 8 inches in thick.
I ordered extra large fries and you gave me a fucking large.
We don't even sell extra larges here, you extra large bitch.
All right, boys, Fred's got us in a government sub, and we're going 80 under the ice.
Bro, that's a wall. Fred, break!
Bro, I'm freezing. We are not built for Antarctica.
Yo, The sub is cooked. I think it's broke. And Fred walked out like he parked it.
Nah, bro, they hiding something out. Why the fuck did we just bomb Iran? These park rangers are trying to draft me like I'm a fucking war machine. I don't even qualify for that draft shit.
Shawty want to take.
I don't know how the order is going to get published of this, especially since this is a bonus episode. But in our Dreams of My Father episode, I talk about how this was like the thing that like conspiracy pilled, black pilled me. Never mind, it was that video just now because what?
There's random transphobia.
Oh, no.
Just...
It's not random transphobia.
Well,
It
I didn't
is
say random in that way, but
no. I mean, I mean, like, oh, it's just included there. I mean, it's like it is a weird thing which is labeled HIV positive, which is when a gorilla. Which also, what is with all of these AIs thinking Bigfoot is a gorilla? Because like it was just a series of different gorillas, and also the submarine one. When they crashed, it looked like a plane crashing.
It did.
It was basically the plane crash scene from from the opening of Mission Impossible 2.
Yeah. Yeah. And then they're all just like really unfunny conservative humor.
yeah. I'm like pretty sure that like the prompts that made these were racist, but I feel like like you were Max, like you were saying, like they do just make Bigfoot into a big gorilla.
Yeah, so is that the AI racism or just the whole like I don't know what a Bigfoot is? Big monkey.
I imagine they had to have written the racism, but this is a whole conversation we've been having where a lot of AIs are racist because AI's learning off the internet, off of its programmers, and it's a reflection of our society and culture, which is racist.
Yeah, like we were talking about in the first episode, it's patterns, right?
Yeah.
It's just repeating the racist patterns of the past. And so I recently watched the new Adam Curtis documentary. It's called Shifty. It was really good. I liked it. Max, you haven't?
I have not.
You got upset. You got upset when I told you that he didn't do the voiceover. Instead, he did like just written title cards.
I I'm a simp. I'm a normie. Like I am a normie who is just like 25% more perceptive than most normies. Like when it comes to like my actual taste and stuff, because like I think a lot of like I'm not one of these like brutalist architecture guys, but
what does it have to do with the voiceover?
Oh, I just love a British accent, and it's just a very fun. Like I'm that normie thing. I'm just like I like a British accent.
Anyway, I watched the whole thing. It was really good. I liked it, and then I was watching some like interviews that he did to promote it, and one of them, the interviewer asked him about AI, and he said that he was mainly talking about generative AI, and he said that it was basically a cultural ghost, and I thought that was a really good metaphorical way of saying all this stuff.
Yeah, I think it's really succinct.
And I really think like we shouldn't let the ghost make decisions.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a good idea.
I also think all of this being conservative leaning or outright conservative makes sense because I don't think they have a lot of creativity on their side.
No. That's why they're the cultural ghost. They've been saying return to just like differing periods of things that exist for like, I don't know, at least my entire lifetime.
Yeah.
But not even return in like an actual way because like they don't understand the past. So when they say return, it's just like nostalgia.
Yeah. It's weird how they always run. The best time in America was always exactly 25 to 30 years before this exact moment. It's so weird that always happens.
Mm-hmm. So, do we want to pick another one?
Why don't you do one, Chris? What's hitting your
I'm
fancy?
curious about the Nair one.
Hi.
Is it a good one?
7.8 million
See this
views.
fancy bottle of shampoo. It's called Nair. Let's try it out. Apparently the bitches will be all over me after using it. That son of a bitch Downsy set me up. Now I look like a fucking uncircumcised penis. I'm gonna steal that bastard's extra chromosome. My boy Downsy gives.
Yeah,
That's
He just turns into a black guy. Spoiler alert. He puts on Nair, and Bigfoot just becomes the black guy.
did his voice change too? Become more...
yes.
That's,
it did change.
I think that's more an AI thing than. So I think that AI is doing these voices.
Yeah, it's where it changes, but I think from even the ones we just saw, we can say that these videos promote talk how conservative people view black people.
Well, you have to remember that conservatives are incredibly open-minded. They just use logic and perception. Now, they haven't accounted for the fact that their only interaction with black people is racist Vine compilations on YouTube. But, so that's why we're getting all of this incredibly offensive stuff.
Yeah, I feel like it continues to be offensive. Let's see. Let's go with this one.
Okay.
Girl, I ain't do nothing. Somebody swerve and hit my shit again. I hope the paint shop takes EBT, because if not, then I'm about to crash out. Dead ass. Who is you?
Bitch, you almost hit me with that Nissan.
Okay, dead ass. I don't really care. Listen, you know how to get up out of here?
Chat, this bitch is crazy. She's trying to run me down because I wouldn't let her hold $1 till Monday. How do these people get their license?
Girl, I ain't.
I'm at a loss for words. It's just really racist.
That one's it's just horribly racist.
Okay, I will admit that for a lot of reasons, both time and self-care, I've pulled back from both participation in activism and trying to understand the weird nuances of conservative racism. Is the Nissan Altima racist in some way or problematic? Because they were very specific about the car in the description, and she keeps saying her Nissan.
I think they're getting their beaks a little wet.
You think that they thought that who is going to love this so much they're going to give us ad revenue? The Nissan Corporation.
They're conservative, so they're dumb.
Yes, because as we all know, conservative old Japanese businessman is the same exact thing as whatever the Hicks who have learned to type just to create these dumbass prompts. They hold exactly the same beliefs.
So I'm gonna say it might be a mix of racism and classism. Of people view Nissan Altimas as very poor, ragged cars. So I think because she brings up EBT,
yeah,
I think it's just centering the poverty stereotype.
As we all know, when our families, I think at various points, all of our families went through some, brief financial hardships, and I'll speak for me personally. That's when our family got a brand new Nissan Altima.
Okay.
I don't think my parents ever bought any car. I mean, most of our cars, when my grandparents would buy a new car, we would get their old car.
I was not the first member of my family to buy a new car in 20 years when I bought my new car, which also was 10 years ago at this point. But like my immediate family, like me and my parents, like we almost exclusively have bought Hondas my entire life because those things just last forever, and we like run those things into the ground. So like, no shade on Nissan, but like I feel like Honda is like the much more like poor person car, because you'll just like, we not only had our Hondas for whatever, we always hand off our Hondas to someone else. So like,
yeah, my family was a Toyota family, so they get a Toyota and it's lasted for like 20 years.
What was the statistic that like Toyota Corollas are like the most stolen car in the country because they're so reliable and last so long that they have like the top resale value?
Yeah, they do. I had an old mechanic, and their shop car was a Camry with like 600,000 miles on it, on the original engine. Did we want to watch any else? And do any of the other ones pique your interest?
I feel like we have to do Ice and 4th of July ones.
Okay. We'll do Ice first. So here's the Ice one. I guess we should do a trigger warning at the beginning of this episode.
Yeah, it's Bigfoot from what I can see from just the thumbnail, it's Bigfoot with his dumbass. So many of these Bigfoot have selfie sticks. Why?
That's how Bigfoot vlogs, I guess. I don't think they're all the same creator. Clearly, like, there's different vlogging Bigfoot AI creators.
Yeah.
But that's probably just what I would imagine. They're using the same AI, and I don't know. I don't know if they're just putting input, like, I don't think they're inputting, like, make him carry a selfie stick. Or maybe they are. Or maybe that's what it thinks vlogging is a selfie stick?
Oh, I mean, legitimately, that's probably the most common, like, what it has access to, it's probably by percentage the most common way people film themselves.
Yeah. And then for consistency's sake, maybe they encourage it to keep using the selfie stick.
Sasquatch wouldn't be, like, filming themselves. Like, they just, I don't know, it's so dumb.
I mean,
conservative Sasquatch would.
But
yeah,
real
true.
Sasquatch is 100% 1312 on Ice, and also, I do feel the only accurate Sasquatch thing we have seen this entire time is he's like, why the fuck did we bomb Iran?
Yeah.
Well, with that, trigger warning, here's Bigfoot as an ICE agent.
What's up, fuckers? I'm with United States ICE, and today we're detaining every single Juanito and Diego. Say adios tu abuela and pack your chanclas. Let us get it, boys. All right, amigos, who wants some free Modelos? The good old free Modelos trick. Gets them every time, boys. Boys, we got over 300 illegals today. Shit looked like a Kint's after party got raided. Puro llorando, yelling, and somebody still passed out in the corner.
Damn.
No papeles, pero mamacitas así get a temporary visa from Bigfoot. Don't worry, boys. We don't deport Latina baddies.
All right, boys, that's it for today. My mamacita got me limpito, ya tú sabes. Like and follow me, gente. I love you, my nigga.
What's up?
Oh.
Awful.
Yeah,
so I had a thought the other day. I just need to share this. So when I was young, one of my dad's biggest conspiracy bugaboo was FEMA death camps, and they're real now.
Yeah.
They're real now.
They're real, and then they're just like, oh.
I don't know if this is me being incredibly dumb, or just how what it says about our culture. But I was surprised because yesterday I saw a semi-official tweet that called it Alligator Alcatraz, and it's like, I thought that was a derisive nickname, because I just hear we're building camps to throw the other in, and I thought it was, in my head, it's been Alligator Auschwitz the entire time. It took me a while to realize, oh no, it's a different prison. It's just like Auschwitz in every other way.
Yeah.
Well, the conservatives wouldn't call it Auschwitz because they can never accept that they were actually Like, it's like that, was it Mitchell and Webb, like, Are We the Baddies?
Oh, yeah. Here's the thing, is I feel that if you told me that was obviously, like, they added absurdity to, like, a real story of, like, two Wehrmacht officers on the Eastern Front, like, I would believe that a Nazi could have enough self-awareness of, like, I think something bad is happening and I've been tricked. Whereas I think modern-day conservatives, I think that one of the reasons they were shocked at Jonathan Glasser's speech at the Oscars, where he derided Israeli treatment of Palestinians, was because they thought Zone of Interest was a fun, happy family film. Because the whole point of the film is we don't see what's going on. So they thought, yeah, this is a loving family and awesome. We should all aspire to this. And now they're, instead of having introspection, they're making Bigfoot an ice agent.
Yeah. An ice agent, and, Bigfoot would never.
No.
He would never do this. It's also just basking in all the cruelty going. They just love cruelty.
It is.
The cruelty is the point.
Yeah,
the cruelty is the point, because just think about, like, whenever you're at one of the lowest points in your life and you're just, like, very, hate everything, blah, blah, blah. The only thing that makes you smile but doesn't improve your situation in life is when you find out something horrible happened to someone else. You're like, good, I'm not the only one. Like, these guys have just made that their personality. Of, like, we gotta make it so someone is always having a worse day than me.
Yeah, I feel like I've never wanted... I enjoy hearing people when I'm having a really bad time. I honestly enjoy hearing good things that are happening in people's lives.
All right.
So I know, oh yeah, good things are gonna come eventually. Bad times don't last forever.
Cool. So I'm just a bad person. Got
it. That's not what I'm saying.
I mean, I said, hey, here's this universal experience, and you both are going, no, we've never experienced that.
I mean, I think I did. That sounds right. I mean, when I was a teenager, maybe.
So Max is mentally a teenager.
I mean,
and digging myself in a hole. I think if something bad happens to, like, a politician I don't like, I'm like, oh, thank God. That makes me feel better.
Agree.
I agree, but it's also, like, that's different, because you are not like, oh, my day is suddenly better. You're just like, oh, the world became a little more just, and also I didn't explicitly wish this bad thing to happen.
I mean, I wish those bad things to happen to them.
Okay, fair.
I try to manifest it,
We're on a mission on this podcast to make sure that Chris knows that he is the most neurotypical and good person among the hosts. So
what?
Because, like, we just went on this rant about, like, I'm terrible in this way, and then Misty was like, I'm terrible in this way, and you're just sitting there going, like, I guess, I don't know, whatever.
I mean, I don't really feel any way about when people suffer. I'm just like, like, if I like the person, I feel bad, but if I don't, I don't know.
I don't like watching people suffer. unless I think they're bad. But they have to be. Usually I don't think like normal people, because usually maybe I'm like the opposite, where I think I struggle with like giving people too many excuses for their poor behavior sometimes. If that makes sense, where I'm like, oh, well, they're a crippling alcoholic that can't get their shit together because their childhood was bad. So maybe I should give them a break.
Yeah, I definitely get that. I'm way too. I feel empathy.
I kind of struggle with that, I guess. Like, when I was teaching full time, I know the kids were acting out and being shit heels to me because their lives were shit. But at a certain point, I just like I don't care. Just like shut the fuck up, stop like uh making everyone around you feel like shit. And fucking grow up. I don't know.
Yeah, I can understand that too, because I do get to a point with people, because adults do it too, where if they're miserable, they make everyone around them miserable. I think I can be more empathetic. I didn't work with kids long. I only worked with them for a year, though, so they can definitely, and there's always kids. What I learned in that year is there's always kids you're not going to connect with and that can get under your skin. You could be the chillest person in the world and they'll find a way. But I think in my brain, I try to be like, they're kids, so they have somewhat of an excuse because their brains are developing. With adults, I probably still am way too patient, but I do get to a point where I'm like, at some point, you need to work on your own shit and stop making everyone else miserable.
I mean, I felt for the kids, and I understand why they're doing that, but like, I just couldn't deal with it.
Yeah, I think they definitely they agree. Yeah, I had a kid who I just couldn't deal with, and I knew his home life was awful, but he like was bullying other kids and pushing everyone's boundaries, and he should have been kicked out of like our after school program. But our manager was like, we can't give up on him. And I was like, we should give up on him.
Mm-hmm. I think that...
Which is bad.
You know...
But he was making all the other kids miserable.
Sometimes people need just to hit, I don't want to say rock bottom, but like, they need a kick in the ass.
Like, consequences.
Yeah.
And a lot of, I feel like...
Well, I feel like that's a big problem with the school system. It is, at least the way I saw it, is like, they don't give kids like logical consequences.
Yeah.
Because like there's this express of like, oh, their lives are so hard. It doesn't matter if their lives are hard. Their life's just gonna stay hard if they can't learn how to get along with it. Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. And I think things have definitely, because I did my like after school stint in AmeriCorps before the pandemic, and I think it's definitely gotten worse with all, you know, of our teacher friends, and my partner works in the school district. I think the socialization aspect for kids has also definitely gotten a lot worse.
So, one of the things that the school that I worked at tried to do was SEL, social emotional learning days, where like once a week there'd be one period where like I'd have these slides that I'd have to try and go through with, and I had like seniors, and like just there's just the apathy. I couldn't overcome the apathy, right? Even if actually doing that stuff with them would have helped, I couldn't get them to do it.
Yeah. And I don't know if that would have changed that much if they had tried to do that when we were all in school as seniors. Like, I can't imagine a teacher, like, me being that receptive to a teacher trying to teach me social emotional learning stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of those kids just need one-on-ones with, if not like a psychologist, just like an adult who, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like that comes more from counseling.
Yeah. Like, I can't, like, someone like me who's not trained in that stuff can't counsel, like, I think I had, like, 20 kids in that class at the same time.
Yeah, and how are you supposed to, like, make a connection with all of them?
That's the only, so whenever I asked my boss, like, the vice principal, like, I'm having problems with this, and this, the only thing they would ever say is you gotta, what was it? Make connections or some shit like that. You gotta build a relationship.
I feel that if you cannot form a connection with anyone, coworker, child, whatever, if you cannot just do it with your own like personality and interest and stuff, like I feel you picking up the interest of like your students is like more problematic and will just be like, no, this is our thing, why are you into it, type of thing. Especially if they know you're, like, picked it up.
But they'd say that and then be like, you also have to know every individual student's boundaries.
Yeah.
Like personal boundaries. And the boundaries that their parents want them to have.
Because those never conflict.
It's impossible.
It's impossible. It's especially impossible with 20 plus kids in a classroom.
Yeah.
And how many classes are you teaching a day? Like, how are you supposed
5.
to? Yeah, and how are you supposed to? And ultimately, too, we're all human, and like, you're not gonna make a connection with every kid. Like, every kid's not gonna make a connection with you or like you as a teacher. They might have connections with another teacher, but it's just impractical to think like you could make 20 teenagers connect with you.
I'm trying to think of, like, the most beloved teacher I had in high school. And I'm trying to think of, like, if they, A, had, like, universal approval, and then, B, like, what they did to do that. And, I'm, I think, in a bit of a different situation than you two when it comes to that for high school. Because I want to say 3 or 4 years ago, there was this local news organization that, like, had a huge, like, 20-page expose on, like, the horrible sexual abuse that happened in my high school, and named some of those beloved teachers. So, you know, the person I first thought of is now incredibly problematic, and would it surprise you to know no longer works at that school?
Yeah, I think that tracks. I feel like my mentors in high school weren't loved by all. For sure.
No.
Like, we had a connection because, you know, like, I had a history teacher I was close to, and he was very leftist and wasn't afraid of that in a very conservative town. And so I think we connected on that, and I was a history nerd at the time. And so he was a good mentor for me, but I know a lot of other students didn't care for him.
Speaking of history teachers who we really liked subjectively, but were not the most beloved in our school, my AP US history teacher, I found out, when I had him, he was, like, the most boring institutional lib, or at least that's how he presented himself, possible. Whereas, guest of the pod, Will, who also had this history teacher, explained to me, and Will is only 3 years younger than me. He was a freshman when I was a senior, when we met. So by the time Will had him, which would have only been 2 or 3 years later, apparently, like, he would go on regular rants defending the movie Loose Change, but otherwise maintained all of his, like, bog standard politics, which is very funny that he would go off on Loose Change. He went off on Loose Change with Will because Bush was president when I had him as a teacher, but Obama was president when Will had him as a teacher. So I guess he thought, like, I guess it's like the Trump people are like, oh, we can talk like this now. He just thought, oh, Obama's president now? Cool, I can say this. I approve of Clinton removing Glass-Steagall, and also there's no factual errors in the movie Loose Change.
See?
Yeah, and I think his history teacher is pretty based.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel that, like, history teachers are the highest per capita of, like, baseness? Because, like,
I mean, I don't know. Like, so the history teacher at the high school that I went to now actually had that teacher but just as a computer teacher. Like, they had one semester of a computer class that everyone had to take. But now he's the history teacher, and he's also the economics teacher, and he is, what was it, like that black economist, like Thomas Sowell?
Yeah, Thomas Sowell, who your favorite YouTuber has made a video about.
Who?
Dr. Mike.
Oh, I stopped watching. See, like I told you, I only watch his shit for his workout advice.
Okay.
I don't care about his politics.
Alright.
I know he's a weird, like, ultra libertarian. I don't care.
Listen, I may not agree with any of his politics, but given the way he presents...
He has good workout advice.
I will just say, given what I have seen from him, which admittedly is more workout than political stuff, I salute anyone who will carry on the flag of, like, weird middle-class libertarian dude, non-pedophile edition, because they are an ever-endangered species in this country.
Anyway, so the history teacher at the high school that I went to now is, like, really annoying libertarian. But I showed you pictures of his classroom.
Yeah, and it's awesome. He's the coolest dude ever. He's never been divorced.
Actually, like, looking at his pictures, that he looked like he was happily married.
Okay, well.
Oh. That's good. Mine was my AP Euro teacher.
Yeah. My AP Euro teacher...
Alright, like, are we gonna talk more about Bigfoot or AI?
Alright, let's do one more to actually end instead of our based history teachers.
We're just talking about how... I think it's because everything's depressing, and...
Yeah!
If this is us in real time trying to cope with it.
Here's what I think happened is, because we've been talking about this episode for a while, I think, Misty, you cultivated this playlist over, like, 2 weeks, so you're like, this will be fun and great, and then just the whole, like, if you noticed our commentary, it's like, by video 3 or 4, we were just like, this is just depressing and not as fun as we thought. The Succession back to back, so we just started talking. Do you have any videos about Bigfoot talking about 9/11 or?
Well, you know what? I don't, but we could explore.
That, I think we should just find a completely fresh video none of us have seen about Bigfoot and 9/11, and that will be our last video for the pod.
Oh. Well, here's the 3 that came up.
All right, let's. Would it shock you to know that they have a selfie stick as they're recording?
I think this one is actually. Is it a? It's. I think he's holding it.
Either way, okay. Let's watch.
But September 11th, 2001, you guys told me to come to New York. So here I am. You guys said Lower Manhattan was the place to be today. Why is that plane flying so low?
Yo, did you fucking assholes know this was gonna happen? Dude, that plane fucking crashed into the building!
They hit the fucking other one! You guys are trying to get me fucking killed!
You guys are fucking trolls. Drop a comment where I should go next, somewhere I won't almost die.
Okay.
Wait, so Bigfoot can time travel?
No, I think this is purportedly a video from 2001, because if he was a time traveler, how would he not know?
If you see the two, it doesn't look like the two towers. Like, it looks like they just duplicated the one tower that's there now.
Yeah, no, I was about to say, it's the Freedom Tower.
No, I think the premise was he did time travel, because the comment, he said drop in the comment where I should travel to next, and people were saying Oklahoma City.
I missed that bit. Okay.
And I think that's why the camera's so, like, it's not because I'm just saying, letting you all know, our younger viewers, our listeners, if we have any, in 2001, we did not have really like good handheld. Usually you would see a handheld like recorder, but they were huge.
Okay, so
And
yeah. This also leads me into like maybe the low-key most like pointless conspiracy theory that I will like die on like multiple hills for. I believe that 9/11 is a huge reason why Dragon Ball Z is so popular in America. And let me explain to you why. And this ties into the younger kids is like what our younger listeners do not know is like it used to be a privilege for your parents to let you go on the internet at all. It was very hard to get. It was expensive. Cable TV kind of controlled everything. So when 9/11 happened, it was such a event, and this is something that will never happen now, like barring maybe like the annihilation of our species, is multiple, like when I came home from school that day, almost every cable channel from like Food Network to ESPN just like basically just had a place card that said like turn on CNN or Fox or whatever, like you gotta watch the news, like we're taking ourselves off the air. The one cable channel that was not news that was still airing episodes as normal was Cartoon Network. So I watched Toonami Dragon Ball Z 2-hour block, and I watched it for several days after, because it was like, well, I don't know if it's still going to be boring new stuff, so I'm just going to watch Dragon Ball Z.
When 9/11 happened for me, instead of like when they changed everything to the 9/11 covered except for Dragon Ball Z, I was just like, I'm gonna go read a book.
What was I doing? I was in kindergarten. And I got picked up. Oh no, I was in first grade. And I got picked up, and I think I was just watching, Cartoon Network, honestly.
It's also just very funny, like, the way you were, like, the two of you kind of act so nonchalantly, and I think it's not only an age difference, but also, I guess I'll tell a fun way to end another Will story is, Will's partner grew up in Massachusetts, so for whatever reason, we started talking about 9/11 on a Zoom hangout one time, and she told us how, because she was in Massachusetts at the time, she was just like, oh yeah, they shut down the schools and we were all told to like stay home because of all this thing. And apparently that was incredibly common on the East Coast. And Will and I were shocked because we both went to school. We not only went to school that day, we had a full, completely normal school, relatively normal school day, where
yeah, I'm pretty sure I went to school.
Yeah, there was no official announcement of what was happening at I was in 6th grade at the time, so we didn't get any official announcements, and it was just a very weird day for school, because it was just a bunch of teachers going like, how's everyone doing? And we're like, we don't really comprehend what's happening right now, and no one's telling us things. Like, I actually did not know that both the Twin Towers fell until the next day, because all I was told was there was a terrorist attack in New York, there was some kind of bombing, and they hit one of the World Trade Centers, and then we didn't explicitly talk about it in school, and then I watched Dragon Ball Z and went to bed.
They definitely shut down. I was in Ohio, so they definitely shut down my school, and all of our parents had to come get us. And, well, and I guess because one of the flights, oh my god, why am I blanking? Flew, like, over our airspace.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, and landed in crashed and landed in land. Sorry, y'all. If you don't know, the passengers took that plane down, and they crashed in Pennsylvania. And then, so in 8th grade, our 8th grade DC trip, we had to go visit that memorial, which was sad. And then, my friend at the time, we were having like a moment of silence, and she said, I don't know why I have to care about people I never met.
Love it. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the anniversary of 9/11, we just had an assembly, and one of our teachers just sang the song a cappella, Proud to Be an American.
Oh.
And it legitimately took me, like, most of the song to figure out why this was happening. It's like, why is she just singing a song? What is today? Like, why is it today? Oh, wait a minute.
What I remember the most about those years post 9/11, those most recent years, was the news cycle changing, and then me learning really quickly the atrocities of war and violence.
It was pretty wild. I don't know. Maybe God, this is gonna be so sad if millennials are just gonna be like, we're witnessing the horrors now and just being like, this was a lot crazier back when we were kids. And it's like,
I don't know. It's worse now.
Yeah, I would say in a way it's worse in that, like,
I guess my thoughts is not like, I don't want to compare necessarily, but it is like,
yeah,
I think now for me it's stupider, because it's like,
yeah, it's only stupider.
It's stupider, and it's done in such a way that only happens because of the post 9/11 state. Like, as much as we make fun of George Bush and his, like, colloquialisms or whatever, like, he at least spoke institutionally and was like, oh, this is because war and liberty, as opposed to just like, I don't know, let's just arrest a bunch of people. Oh, except farm workers, because apparently that will collapse the economy.
Yeah.
Aren't they still doing that, though?
Oh, yeah.
They are in a way, I thought. Yeah, I thought they were going.
Like...
Or they're trying to, or in Central California,
yeah,
I should say.
They have, they've started going after farm workers, because there was blowback about that. Yeah, no. Like, Los Angeles, like, the Los Angeles thing was just, like, as someone who's from LA, it's like, solidarity to everyone protesting that bullshit. But also just, like, I don't know, like, I experienced, like, some students who were, like, undocumented and stuff, and I had, like, a friend or two who was, like, potentially undocumented and stuff, and, like, we had a ton of kids whose parents were immigrants and stuff, but it's, like, like, LA's kind of just a stopping point, like, unless you have a family and, like, are legitimately, like, beginning a life there, like, it's just straight up racism, because it's just, like, I don't know, they have a huge, like, Latino population, so it'll be, like, easy to just probably find someone and just, like, terrorize people.
Yeah, it's pretty shit. I think it probably, I was so young in post 9/11 where I also didn't, like, fully comprehend a lot that was going on. And it was also us, again, outsourcing our violence and the United States genocidal tendencies abroad again.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're just, not that we had ever really stopped doing it here since the inception of this country, but now it's escalating a lot further.
It's so cool Rage Against the Machine went from, like, revolutionary to hackneyed to prescient. And they have not changed their politics or activism one iota since the 90s.
Yeah,
like,
and we can all talk about, we can probably have a whole episode on growing up in a post 9/11 and what it was like going to college during the Obama years.
Like, one of my best friends in college was, like, one of those libs that was just like, no, drone strikes reduce collateral damage. And I'm just like, God. At the time, I wasn't really all that political at the time, but I was just like, I don't know about that one.
I just remember this sense of, like, oh, we got Obama twice. Like, we can never go back from this.
Oh yeah, there was an air of invincibility, at least in terms of the presidency. It's also like so weird of like, I as the recovering lib of this show, like how much like Obama changed liberal commentary from like in the Bush years. It was just like, oh, like this horrible thing is for a greater good. And it's a sacrifice, and we live in reality. And in Obama, it was just like, actually, it wasn't like drone strikes are the lesser evil. It was drone strikes are good, actually.
Yeah, it was good. The Obama administration was definitely like people were just a lot more accepting of Obama being the drone strike king because it was Obama.
Yeah, I mean. It was because he killed Bin Laden, he got to be cool murder president. Because we all felt really good that he did that.
Yeah, and I would say, like, I was always very left growing up, and then in college, I think I got beaten down from all the libs because, like, the amount of, like, the justification. It was like, looking back, if you were in like liberal circles, or it was like hard to criticize Obama at all.
Unless you were willing to acknowledge who his real father was, which is why not? Let's just do a bunch of callbacks to episodes we just did. With our guest William and the last episode we recorded. Alright, we can necessarily cut this last part of the discussion, but I feel, what is your song that like always cheers you up? Because I thought this was going to be a really funny episode, and it has some good, I think it has some good laughs, but we just talked about some depressing stuff, so I feel like our outro song should just be like a song that like, I'm in a bad mood. If I hear this, I'll be cheered up.
I don't know.
I listen to depressing music when I'm depressed.
Yeah, but I don't think that's
let me put up
the average person like.
No, let's look at our titles or whatever and see what our most like fun song on like a workout list or whatever.
Is there a good like odd song that encompasses?
Okay. Weird choices, but either "Cities in the Dust" by Susie and the Banshees or "Common People" by Pulp.
I've never heard the first one.
Okay. I don't know. I feel "Common People" like Pulp is a very good cynical nature, but has a nice upbeat thing.
Okay.
I don't know about Common People.
Okay. We could pull a Gotti and do West End Girls.
How about Good Times Roll by the Cars?
Yeah, I'm good with that. How many people, like, the Cars are one of those great classic, like, new wave bands where everyone's just like, it's gonna be dumb yacht rock and dad rock in, like, the 2020s or whatever. And yeah, it kind of is, but also it's like, I don't think you understood what they were actually singing about. Pet Shop Boys are another one.
What were the Cars actually singing about?
Oh, just like I don't know. I feel like they're like they're not like as like coded or like, you know, hey, I was a prostitute before I became a keyboardist. But more just like, actually, I'm a loser and really sad and depressed.